Alright, this is video reflection for February the 7th. So yesterday was the graduation day for the 28th waivers, and that was interesting. Did I have any emotional roller coasters? Not really. I already had that ride when, back in December, when they left the dormitory. I had an emotional roller coaster then while I was writing letters. These days, not really. I've kind of made my peace with that. The fact that they're leaving. But still, the only feeling I think I really had were nostalgia and, I guess pride, you know? I feel proud of them for going through the school curriculum for 3 years. I feel proud that they're finally graduating, going out to the wide world. Yes, I'd say the biggest two things are nostalgia and pride. I wrote 2 letters yesterday. One was addressed to my mom because it was her birthday. Happy birthday, Mom, if you're watching this. I love you, and thanks for always cheering me on whatever I do. And the other one was addressed to the 28th waivers, more in general. And in that letter, I talked a bit more about how important they became to me, and how I only realized that after I came back from my gap year. Yeah. During my winter camp, I read a couple of books and also web mangas. One of the phrases that I really liked in one of those mangas was, I don't want to give you advice, I just want to cheer you on. So in Korean, it was 조언이 아닌 응원을 하고 싶다. And I like that phrase because it kind of symbolizes, or not symbolizes, but signals that you're not really superior to someone else. You're just, the relationship's horizontal, and you just want to see them grow and do well. So that's kind of the feeling that I have with my wave. It's not, oh, I want to give them advice. It's just that I want to see them flourish because they're all great people in my opinion. And I want to see them do great things because they can do that. Yeah, so that's enough about graduation. Afterwards, I also had a meeting with Charles and Hugh. Hugh is another teammate of mine. He's also in the 28th wave. Anyway, I had a meeting for Project Noor with both of them. If you don't know what Noor is, it's basically a project that takes the idea of handwritten letters and restructures it around, not restructures, but it takes the idea of handwritten letters and then applies it to modern communication. So it's no longer so divided, isolated. Communication is no longer isolated. Because I feel like in the modern day, the big problem is we don't really talk to other people or see other people in person. And when that happens, it's very difficult for us, physical animals, to feel like we live in a society and are appreciated. And that's important because our sense of self-worth directly correlates to our emotions like depression, loneliness, happiness, validation. And so with the lack of physical communication, and more in general, just a lack of just deep conversation in general, it's very difficult for people living alone or in smaller pairs to feel like they're appreciated and that they actually contribute, or that they actually matter. It's difficult for them to feel like that. And I think I can remedy this with handwritten letters because one of the perks of this medium is that it's so simply analog that there's just so much humanity that you can pour in it. you know. Unlike a typewrite or a printed letter, it's written completely by hand, and I think that can convey a sense of care and love. So yeah, that's basically the whole idea of the project. Anyway, yeah, so I had this meeting, and I'm glad we had it because there were a lot of points that we talked about. Some of them were trivial, but most of them were very important, and I think we have the big formula down. Before, my idea was centered more around a great randomness of letters. So that would mean that so what that basically means is that instead of it being a small tight-knit community where people give letters back and forth, it's just a very vast, open, non-knit network where people who want to write letters for random people. And that wasn't a very good business model or a very sustainable project model in general. So we reworked that. It was Charles's and Hugh's idea to rework it into 2 versions. So we still keep the outreaching idea of adventure and uncertainty, where we deliver letters offline to people in specific situations. But we also add community and connection to that tight-knit circle, or to that operation, so that people who write letters will always be able to receive letters. I'm pretty sure you have no idea what I'm talking about. I will definitely explain this in more depth in a future view reflection when it's complete and when I have something to show you. Yeah, so that's about it. Also, I've been taking these pills. I don't know. So these are basically these are supposed to be pills that not dampen, but kind of subdue the effects of acne on the skin. And so I've been taking it for about 3 days now, and I've been also doing some foam cleansing. I don't normally do this because it's not because I don't want to. I did it back in middle school, and what happened was my skin started to make crustaceans and like peel off. Not in the good kind of regenerative peeling off. It was like yellow blotches peeling off. So I kind of gave up on that idea. But last week when I went to the hospital, they told me you can do the foam cleansing thing. Just don't use oily moisturizer. Just use alcoholic moisturizer that evaporates, and then only apply that to the parts that get crusty afterwards. So I've been doing that, and I think it's been very helpful. Certainly hasn't. Yeah, I haven't seen any crustaceans. Anyway, hopefully this thing helps a ton, and I can kind of get rid of this whole acne problem. Am I self-conscious? I mean, you could say so. It's definitely not something I welcome. It's also pretty annoying when I have to dress up for some formal occasion. You might say, oh, well then, Jasper, your hair must also be annoying because it's definitely not fit for formal occasions. But that's different. This is by choice. I like my hair this way. The acne is not my choice. It's like, yeah, okay, well, that was okay, well, moving on. That was not my choice. Okay, so that's about it. That's about all I'd like to mention. And today, I'm going to be studying a bit of English language, or English literature. Hopefully I can start a bit of research. If there's anything that the KYPT program has taught me, it's that research is easy as long as you're willing to do it. You can just start simple and build on that. So keep it simple, stupid. Okay, that's about it. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.